Phazon. More Phazon. That's unpleasant looking. Yep, we are not alone here. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Dark Samus is back, and she looks a little unwell, you could say. I was really creeped out by this new design when I was little and I first played this game. I mean, I wasn't that little, but I was like 8. And I thought this design for Dark Samus was really creepy. There's actually 2 scans associated with this boss fight, but Dark Samus, supercharged with Phazon energy. Target's Phazon energy weaponry and defense systems are at full power. Phazon exposure has rendered Dark Samus invisible to your Dark Visor. Scans indicate that Dark Samus has absorbed tremendous levels of Phazon into her body. Too much, perhaps. She can vent Phazon energy in the form of destructive blasts and protective shields. Doing so will help her maintain stability. Exposure to Phazon has rendered her invisible to the Dark Visor. These new abilities, combined with her already formidable arsenal, place Dark Samus at the highest threat level. So yes, the Emperor Ing was not really the true final boss, because even now that we've beaten him, we have to fight Dark Samus again, and I just took her Phazon laser in the face, although it doesn't seem to damage you all that rapidly, because if you don't get hit by it that much, it's not too bad. So when she turns invisible like that, rather than using the Dark Visor, you have to use the Echo Visor, since she's now invisible to the Dark Visor. And we only have to take about a quarter of her health away. Oh, she's uninvisible again. We only have to take about a quarter of her health away for her to change her tactics up and become a new scan. So make sure you scan her early in this fight, and then scan her again after she changes up her tactics. Ah, stupid laser. This is not really that hard of a fight, but that timer there provides kind of the challenge. It's a shame that I'm low on light ammo here, because I don't know how effective the Dark Visor, or the Dark Beam really is on damaging her. Which means I can pretty much just use the Power Beam, which is kind of annoying. I think she can be hurt by missiles, but she can probably throw up those defensive shields as well, so something like a super missile probably isn't going to be effective. Let's try. Sweet, we managed to hit her with one because she was at such close range, but she does have the energy shield, so good to know. I'm just going to wail on her a bit with the Power Beam. This isn't too hard. If you're good at the game, you can, you don't really have to worry too much about the time limit, but that is probably the biggest challenge in here, because you will not lose that much health against Dark Samus. This laser isn't too hard to dodge. I mean, I've gotten hit by it a bit, but not for a long period of time, so I don't really have to take the brunt of it. Oh, she's floating up there. What? Where'd she go? Hello? What was that? I'm confused now. Okay, I guess she just randomly felt like being in the air for a minute. I kinda doubt that was a glitch, but I don't know. Okay, see, I did just take a decent amount of damage by not being very good at dodging all of a sudden, and taking kind of the full force of her Phazon laser, but as you can see, it's still not that bad. Alright, come on, you. I want to damage you a bit faster here. Actually, you probably might as well just use up the last of your ammo here, because once the second stage of this battle fight starts, your beam ammos are not really going to become important, or not really going to be that as important. So, I mean, maybe you shouldn't waste all of it. You can save a little bit, but they're most important in this first stage here, when you gotta try to damage her as fast as possible, and get the second stage started. Man, I'm not doing that good of a job of damaging her quickly. I have to not talk so much, so that I don't take as much of the brunt of the Let's Play curse. And just like with the Emperor Ink fight, of course, there's Phazon around the edges, so you can't get too close to the walls, at least in some parts of the room. Dark Samus, pretty annoying, gotta say. You're not a pleasant person. Grr. And the main annoyance here, kind of like, honestly, kind of like in previous fights against Dark Samus, the main annoyance is that she's got these attacks where she's invincible for a long period of time. That's the main issue I have with this fight, really, is that she uses this laser, takes a long time, and you can't hurt her while she does it. That's going to become a little bit less of an issue once we finally get that second stage to start. We'll try using the Dark Beam. I don't know that it's going to do a whole lot, but we have a lot of ammo for it, so why not? Yeah, more powerful than the Power Beam, I think. Oh, looks like the... No? Ah, here we are. The second stage has started. Now we have 100% of the creature's entries. Unstable Phazon energy form. Target can generate shield immune to all forms of attack except Phazon energy. Draw in expelled Phazon for use as a weapon. Dark Samus has temporarily become a being of pure yet unstable Phazon energy. She can generate a shield that is invulnerable to all attacks save one, blasts of Phazon energy itself. Use your charge beam to collect Phazon energy that she expels, then fire it back at her. Direct hits will overload and disrupt her essence. And we should get in that. Yep, 100% of all logbook scans downloaded. And if this is your first time doing that, you'll unlock an art gallery for doing that. Yeah, you want to absorb those little shots. Those larger shots that come from sort of the middle of that aura of Phazon, you can't absorb, but those little bullets of Phazon that go above her, you can absorb them if you aim your charge beam properly, and fire them back at her to do damage. There we go. We did a pretty decent amount of damage with that shot. But apart from that attack, she's invincible when she does this. You can still damage her when she goes around down here, and I don't know that she's going to make herself invisible anymore. But yeah, that skeletal design she has going on is pretty weird, and I really was creeped out by that when I was younger. And we're running low on the timer here. This is pretty bad. Yeah, I'm not doing as well on this. Oh, I really hope I don't have to re-battle Emperor Ing. Come on, let's absorb that Phazon, fire it. Just keep a charge beam constantly going, but be on your toes for what attacks you can absorb and can't. There's really only the two types. Come on, let's get all these, and you can still get hit by those Phazon bullets and damaged, even if you absorb some of them, even if you have a charge beam going. So, you have to be on your toes here. Oh, God. Okay, come on, let me hit you with a super missile or something. Yeah, that worked. Okay, there we go again. Come on, do the little bullets. Come on! No, Dark Samus, that's the wrong attack. That's not what I want you to do. Oh, come on! Got knocked into Phazon and hurt. Ugh. There we go. Come on, gotta go faster! Now I sound like I'm singing songs from crappy old Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons, but gotta go faster! This is really bad. I'm honestly worried about this. I really don't want to lose in this fight. I typically don't lose this fight. The final stage of the Emperor Ing battle is what really trips me up in this game. Dark Samus, I don't find to be as much of a challenge. She is invincible for a little bit as she runs toward the middle there when she decides to do this thing of rising into the air. God, I'm really worried about this. Come on, do the little bullets more! Dark Samus, you're a jerk face. No! That's all wrong! It is nice how your targeting shifts a little bit when she does that attack that you can absorb. That's a hint by the... God damn it! It's a hint by the game of what you can absorb and what you can't. Oh, God, I'm really annoyed at this. I'm actually going to lose this battle. Damn it, normally it's the Emperor Ing that gives me trouble, not you! Ugh. Do the little... No. I don't have enough ammo to do a sonic boom, but I'm just going to use the rest of my beam ammo with the Annihilator beam. Because that's doing a decent amount of damage there, but light beam ammo depleted. Well, she's doing this again. Pretty sure you can only absorb shots with a power beam. I don't know that I've ever really tried it with any other beam, but it probably wouldn't make a difference since you're converting your shots to Phazon anyway. Yep, we're about to lose. We are totally about to lose, and that really pisses me off. Why, Dark Samus? Why? I never lose on this stage. It's that keeps happening to me. I keep getting damaged by those and not being able to absorb any. I think the main issue here is that I just took so long at the intro part, but here we go. I don't know that I've ever seen... There's not even a cutscene for it. You just die like that. Come on, that is a jerk move. Well, now I gotta rebattle the entire Emperor Ing thing. So, I'll see you guys back at the Dark Samus battle. Oh, never mind. You get a checkpoint here, even though the save station's not working. Well, that's nice. Let's just skip this cutscene, and I'll cut to the Dark Samus battle. Since you don't need to see me escape this top part again, that doesn't take long, and there's no important scans there. I know I scanned that, well, maybe I won't cut anyway. Just because of my OCD scanning tendencies and the fact that it was in red, I know I scanned that save station, but that's not actually a scan. You want to try to do this as efficiently as possible, I guess, but it doesn't really matter, because, most of the timer is really only a challenge because of fighting Dark Samus. the end there. There are inkworm caches. Maybe I should have used those with hit those with the dark beam to replenish ammo, but we just don't have that much time. I'll skip the cutscene. Okay, you can't skip this part of it anyway, so why bother? Alright guys, well, here we are battling Dark Samus again. I'm gonna try to be more efficient about this. Maybe I'll use up my Annihilator Beam... Oh, well, let's scan her first off. Maybe I'll use up my Annihilator Beam ammo here in this first stage. Except first she's gonna do this, of course. Okay, it looks like Annihilator Beam ammo there, or Annihilator Beam is a very efficient way to lower her health in this first stage quickly, with its fast fire rate and the fact that she doesn't bother to shield against it like she does missiles. Why are you so annoying, Dark Samus? Let's use Dark Beam a little bit here, just to make this go a little faster. I don't know that it really is better, seeing as she probably resists Dark Beam, but it feels faster. Okay, it's a little bit easier to see these lasers coming. Oh, you can't even see the lasers at all with the Echo Visor, so yeah, definitely switch to Combat Visor when that happens. Don't stay in Echo Visor when she uses the laser attacks. I was wondering if maybe it doesn't make a difference if I stay in Echo Visor. Okay, it looks like we're in the second stage now. Dark Samus 4 now have 100% of all logbook scans in the game. And we already got all the pickups, so now we've 100%ed the game. All that's left is to beat it. Which is proving to be a little bit difficult here, Dark Samus. Hint, hint. I love how I just, more so than I get angry with these bosses, I just get exasperated with them. Like, why don't you let me win? I mean, I still get angry with them, but whatever. Dark Samus, you're kind of a bitch. Gonna just put that out there right now. You're not a nice person. Oh, of course you resist my super missile there. Figures. Well, hopefully we can just get this done a little bit faster. Come on, come on. Oh, I didn't get damaged enough by them to get staggered, I guess you could call it. Since I was just playing Skyrim. But, I didn't absorb enough of them to fire a Phazon shot. This is a little bit of an annoying fight, I'll give them that. The final battle could have been better than this. And I think the Emperor Ink battle was a suitable final battle, but I recognize that they wanted to throw Dark Samus in there as well, seeing as she's more of the main antagonist. But it's kind of a disappointing battle because it's so gimmicky and there's just so much waiting around. That's the main issue with it, is you're on a timer, but then it sort of artificially makes that timer more of a challenge by forcing you to wait around so much. That's what I don't like about this battle. It makes you wait around so much even though you're on a timer, which adds artificial difficulty to the timer, to the challenge of having that timer there. It's sort of cheap in a sense. And here I was at the beginning of this fight last time saying, it wasn't hard! You're gonna knock me back after I absorb enough Phazon shots? Dark Samus, you are such a jerk. These are more difficult than I recognize sometimes. But jeez, I just don't quite absorb enough of them, or I get knocked back and can't shoot it. It's one of the two. Come on, please fire the little bullets again. Dark Samus, you suck. You're really kind of bitchy. I don't like you. I don't like you very much. Of course you go back and do that immediately. No, I do kind of want to try. Can you absorb Phazon shots with any beam? I don't know that you can, but it's worth a try, even though it's probably going to contribute to me dying again. But maybe you can just convert any charge shot to Phazon. Come on! You're not even using the right attack! That's the thing. The fact that you're completely reliant... Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. The fact that you're completely reliant on what attacks Dark Samus uses is the most annoying thing about this, and combined with the waiting around. There we go, there's one hit. And, you gonna do the attack again? No, you're just gonna do that. Okay. Well then just let me damage you a decent amount. Ugh, what an annoying boss. Oh, you just go back immediately, so I don't get a chance to damage you more. See how it is. This really is pretty irritating here. I don't know that I've ever seen her be this bad about stopping the attack and then immediately going back to doing this. This fight, that's what annoys me. God! There's not even Phazon back here. I'm literally just getting shot by... Feels like the sound makes it seem like I've stepped into Phazon. I guess that's just being hit repeatedly by those. There we go! There's one decent hit in. Maybe I can do it, but it's pretty darn close right now. Alright, Dark Samus, let me damage you some here. Let me use the Dark Beam a bit. Just do that and go back, jerk. Now you're invincible. You're shielded with Phazon. Of course! Of course! Okay, come on. Come on, lady. We got 2 minutes here. Let's do this. Come on! You are one annoying final boss. You really are. Are you seriously gonna take as many tries as the Emperor Ing? You're not... God! Watch my mom come back and find me swearing at this boss. I never swear in the house, but... sometimes when these enemies piss me off, you know, I do it just to make my Let's Plays a little more humorous, but... that's actually kind of part of the reason I prefer to record when my mom's not around. God damn it! I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, and this really makes me mad. Dark Samus, you're a cheap final boss, and she wasn't this bad during my practice run. It took me several tries to beat the Emperor Ring, but I managed to do Dark Samus on the first try. She's never been this hard for me. I mean, I'm sure I had some difficulty on her when I was a little kid and had difficulty with pretty much everything, but come on, this is just so slow. And this really is the most annoying this fight has ever been. It's not usually this bad for me. Jeez Christ on a cracker. Come on, lady. Do the attack that lets me hurt you so we can get this over with. The mic fell over. Stupid mic. Stop falling over. Why you fall over? Okay, come on, let's absorb this. Come on. There we go! There we go! Did damage. We're close here, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do it. This timer. Ugh! Come on, come on. No! That could have been the deciding factor right there. That could have decided whether we win or lose this. Oh, 15 seconds. And I don't even know whether or not damaging her here will be enough. But come on. Let's try this. Come on! I'm challenging you here, Dark Samus. I don't know how much you're picking me up on it. Yes! Oh my god! I can't believe that worked! And I just screamed so loudly that even though my mom's not here, we're probably gonna get, like, noise complaint from the neighbors. And I like how we die instantly if the timer runs out in battle, but if we even have just 1 second remaining, we can still have this whole long cutscene without the planet, you know, imploding or whatever. Well, she just sort of disappeared like that. Almost kind of a sad moment there. There's actually something I want to mention that I saw, I think it was in the comments section of an extra credits video. I just recently discovered how great extra credits was. The moment where you discover the crashed Federation frigate. Ah, remember here we had the unstable portal in the light world here. So Samus gets a little badass cutscene moment here, doing things that we can't do in-game. Well, I guess that was just because I was blocked off by Phazon, because there is kind of more of a platform to step up. But we made it through the portal ahead of the Ing, and there we are. During the moment where you discover the crashed frigate and you read the log, I never realized what Samus was doing when she goes over and, like, touches the guy's face. Apparently she's closing his eyes because he died with his eyes open. And that makes so much more sense. And the person in the comments there, I don't know who it was, they were using that as like a moment of good characterization for Samus. I think it was in the extra credits video about learning from the mistakes of Metroid Other M. I still want to play Other M. I know it's not that great of a game, the story was kind of silly, and Samus's dialogue is awful and all that, but I still want to play it. I hear the gameplay is decent for all the derpy stuff that happens in the story. And here we are. And we gave back the light suit, it looks like. You'd think we'd still keep the dark suit since we got that from the ink, but... well, we've saved the loon off. And we have their thanks. They've all woken up here. Now that the ing threat is finally gone. But Samus is not one to stay and brag. Nope. It's off to our ship with us. Goodbye! I just did that same gesture, just in a much more derpy way, because of the derpy voice. Also, a bonus for getting, I think it's 75% of the pickups, or maybe it's logbook scans, one of the two, 75%, is that Samus's suit disappears here, and we get to see her with the Zero suit. That GameCube rendered texture. Eh. I'll grant, she's hot, but I can't help but feel that's kind of catering to the male nerd audience that would, you know, want to see scantily clad female characters. But I think it's excusable in this game, since it's just one little moment and Samus is still a strong character. Anyway, that's it! Off to the stars with us! I think I'm going to speed up the credits here, because there's no way to speed them up in-game as there is in Metroid Prime 1, but I just want to say, I have just recently decided what I think my next LP is going to be, LP number 4, because, you know, I was going to have another game, just like I did between Metroid Prime 1 and 2, I wanted to have another game between Metroid Primes 2 and 3. I'm going to do Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, but I'm going to have it, but that's going to be LP number 5. It's going to be a different game for LP number 4. It's a game that I'm not going to tell what it is here, and maybe I'll give some more hints over Twitter. So, if you're not already following me on Twitter, you can go there, although honestly I'm more concerned about YouTube subscribers than Twitter subscribers, or Twitter followers, because I actually have I'm actually gaining a fair number of Twitter followers. Lots of really cool people I've met over Twitter. Cool people in the LP community, other cool gamer types, and just artists, and I don't know. The community on Twitter is great. I love it. But I still have so much trouble gaining YouTube subscribers. But anyway, yeah, I will give more hints out over Twitter, so you can check me out there. That'd be nice, at Nufferdog. Thank you very much for viewing. Yeah, LP number 4 is a game that is fairly well known. It's actually another first-party Nintendo title, but because of its genre, I feel like it maybe doesn't quite get that much coverage on YouTube, which is nice, because I kind of wanted to do a game that, you know, the Metroid Prime trilogy and Zelda, these are games that are done a lot on the internet. And I've always wanted to do something that's a little more unusual, kind of less mainstream, hipster glasses. But the problem is most of the games I own on consoles are fairly well-known mainstream games, mostly first-party Nintendo titles on the Wii and GameCube. And most of the really unique games I own are on DS. And as such, it's been kind of difficult for me to decide what my console LPs are going to be. Still really want to be able to do DS LPs, but not for a while, since I don't really have the technical know-how to set up my own DS recording setup like Chucky Conroy did, and those 3DS capture cards are insanely expensive. It's like $200 for a capture card. It's just, I can't afford that right now. I can't justify spending that much money on it, unfortunately, even though I have a 3DS. So, unfortunately, I can't do DS games yet, but, yeah, it's a game that I think has maybe not gotten as much coverage as the other fairly mainstream first-party Nintendo games have gotten, because it's a genre that I feel like maybe is a little awkward to LP. But I'm gonna do my best, try. And it's a game that I actually have 2 games in the series of that are, well, it's a larger franchise, but there are 2 games that are directly continuing from one another, on consoles, and so I'm gonna do both of them. LP number 4's the first one, and then I'm gonna do Corruption, then I'm gonna do the other one, and then LP number 7 is going to be this sort of big, ambitious project I've been planning for a while. I'm actually still kind of torn about exactly how to do that. There's different methods I'm considering, whether to do it sort of a standard LP, or there's a completely different style of commentary that I've been considering switching to just for those particular games, not my other LPs. I don't know, maybe if I have enough free time, I'll even switch to trying to do, like, having multiple projects going at once, so if so I can have a game with more sort of standard LP commentary and this other game that is going to be kind of a long-running series with not much of a definitive way to end it, and I don't know, it might just turn out kind of weird. I don't know how it'll turn out, and I don't want to spoil what I'm thinking of doing quite yet. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter if you want more hints about LPs or random thoughts. And so much for speeding up the credits, because I talked all the way through them. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good run of the game. Mission final, percentage complete, 100%. Total time, 10 hours and 9 minutes. I think that was slightly better than my practice run. That's not bad time, just over 10 hours for a complete game. And there were a few times where I kind of let things run while I was doing stuff on the computer as well. The actual time I spent playing would have been a bit less than 10 hours, but, you know, it's not too inaccurate. So, I mean, and since I'm not a speedrunner, I'm fairly proud of it. I mean, it's a decent time. It's not a horribly long game. But it works. To 100% it, that's pretty good, rather than trying to get through it as fast as possible. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed, if you enjoyed this video, like it. Oh, completely forgot this. This is a bonus cutscene that you can only see if you get 100% of all pickups in the game. And this is actually very important for the way that this game... Oh, wait, no. You know what? I'm actually kind of confusing this with the bonus cutscene from Metroid Prime 1 that showed the hand coming out of the remains of Metroid Prime. But that's still important, because that showed us Dark Samus still isn't completely defeated. Somehow, she survives, even with the collapse of Dark Aether. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please, if you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe for more, and, like the videos if you enjoyed them, favorite them, share them, whatever. I really want to get my videos out there, because the most important thing is just to know that someone enjoys watching them out there, because right now I just kind of feel like all my subs are dead, and I don't really have anyone consistently enjoying them, so comments would be nice. I like feedback. But yeah, that's the end of this LP. Thank you for watching Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I'm the Nuferdog, and I will see you guys in my next Let's Play.